looked almost like a little crown. His long tail of feathers trailed on the ground after him. Seeing Holly, he stared. Holly stepped backwards uncertainly. The bird's beak looked very sharp, and he had sharp claws on his feet too. He looked her up and down intently, and then his eyes seemed suddenly to glitter with approval. "Well, hello there!" His tail feathers rose and snapped open like an enormous fan. "And who might you be, my pretty little one?" I'm Holly," she stammered. The peacock stalked towards her. "Do you come here often?" Holly said. "Well, no tail." "But what fabulous feathers you have!" the peacock interrupted, examining her feathery headdress. "I like them." "Feathers?" Holly's hand flew to her head, as she realised that they must be confusing him into thinking she was a bird. "Oh, but they're not real. I'm a girl, you see, not a—" The peacock cawed with delight. "And I a boy. We shall be married." "Married?" Holly exclaimed. "But we can't be. No." "No?" the peacock chuckled. "Oh, of course we must, my sweetest swangling." He lifted a claw and wagged it at her. "No one would ever say no to Peregrine the Peacock." Pulling a golden hand mirror out from under his wing, he admired himself. "Am I not the most handsome, most sophisticated, and most perfectly perfect peacock you have ever seen in the whole of Enchantia?" Looking at himself smugly, he blew himself a small kiss before tucking the mirror away and turning back to Holly. "You and I are the perfect match, even if you don't have a tail. We shall live here, strolling through the roses, pecking at the insects, sharing the juicy worms together forever." He ran a claw through his crest and fixed her with an expectant look. "Well, what do you say?" Holly backed away. "Look, I'm really sorry, but you've got it wrong. I can't marry you. I'm not a—" A massive roar from behind her drowned out her words. "Beauty, you're back!" Peregrine screeched in alarm, and Holly swung round. Behind her there was a huge man with the head and shoulders of a giant beast. The beast's monstrous face was full of hope, but as she looked at him, his expression changed to one of anguish. "No!" he growled despairingly. "You are not my beauty!" Holly stood petrified with fear. "Trespasser!" the beast roared. He marched down the slope and, picking her up as easily as if she was a doll, threw her over his shoulder. Holly heard the peacock screech again. "Oh, my love! Peregrine will save you!" He flew at the beast, but as he did so, the beast muttered a word. For a moment, Holly thought she saw a flash of white fur behind the peacock, but then, in a swirl of light, she and the beast were whisked away. Chapter 2. In the Castle. Holly was dropped with a thud onto the hard floor. The beast who had whisked her away was standing before her, his lion-like face furious. She scrambled to her feet. She was in a bedroom. There were big windows with stone window-sills, a blue rug and a pretty patchwork quilt on the bed. "How dare you trespass in my garden, child?" the beast roared. "You will stay here until you have learnt your lesson." Walking out, he slammed the door and turned the key in the lock. Holly took a trembling breath. She had had some strange adventures in Enchantia, but this seemed the strangest of the lot. First, the love-struck peacock, and now being locked in this room by a beast. What was going on? She stared at the door, remembering the beast's shout in the garden when he'd first seen her. "Beauty," he'd said. Holly's forehead furrowed. Could he be from the story of Beauty and the Beast? She'd watched the DVD lots when she was little, and she knew there was a ballet of it too. If he is the Beast from Beauty and